Welcome to episode 353 of the Game Deflators Podcast. My name is John, and I am joined by Ryan.
Hey, everybody, here at the Game Deflators Podcast. We like to talk about games we've recently picked up, games we're currently playing, and we're hanging with Higgins in this week's Inflation Deflation Challenge.
We got our Hudson hats on, and we're playing some Super Adventure Island this week on the, Super Nintendo. Ryan, What else? What else is happening this week?
So Higgins isn't the only one trying to win someone back, as D&D is giving away free maps to the community. Then, just like Higgins, Nintendo tries to save its partner by having a showcase. And then we close it all out with Higgins for the Inflation Deflation Challenge.
I like it. Yeah, that worked out this week. You can, of course, find the Game Deflators on thegamedeflators.com. You can find us on social media at Game Deflators on X, at The Game Deflators on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and Blue Sky. We're also on YouTube. Hit the little bell so you know when we're on. We're a podcast. So go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff that comes with that. Leave us a 5-star review. And back to the YouTube portion, we have lots of gameplay footage and old episodes. So catch us there. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go into pickups. Birthday happened recently, so I've got a bag.
How was it?
It was
Happy
fun.
birthday.
Appreciate it. Got a bag of pickups. So we got Monster Hunter Stories Collection on the Switch.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one. We also
That'll
got...
be relevant later.
That will be. And then we also got this. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game.
Oh, I remember seeing that movie on TV as a child, and I did not take to it well.
My wife got me she got me the Monster Hunter as well. My mom got me the Killer Clowns. Little D&D spinner for dice.
Oh, does it have dice?
It does.
That's cool. I've seen those online.
Yeah, it has on this part a D12, D6, and D4. You can't really see it here. There you go. And then it's got this little arrow. So wherever it stops, that's where you're at. So the bottom is a D4. So that one stopped on a 4 based on where the arrow is. And then the other side is D20, D10, I think, and D8. So I got that one. That's pretty cool. Really like that. And it gives me something to fidget with during D&D sessions if I get bored. I got this little pop thingy, like the little, these things. I got that. Fun? No, for painting. So my wife saw it and she's like, "Oh, you got that for like fidgeting and stuff, right?" I'm like, "No, I actually got that for D&D painting." Because the idea is that when you get your paints in here, when it dries, you just pop it out and it's super easy to clean.
That's super smart. I've never even thought about that.
I only knew about it because we went to, we were at Crit Hit Con. We talked to one of the guys that does painting. Like he has a painting setup. And he just straight up was like, "Yeah, this is the best thing you can use for painting.
I'm going to buy one because I've got the little plastic tray ones and they're a pain to have to wash."
Yeah, like that's super simple. You can, and it's acrylic paint, so it peels out. It's not like it's that hard, right? And so like if I'm diluting with like the fast painting medium or speed paint medium, it's really easy to just have like that little section where it's like, okay, 3 drops, 1 drop of the other.
And you've got a lot of area to mix with on that too.
Yeah, there's a whole lot. I mean, I'm not going to count them all here, but like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 30 holes that you can use. You're not going to be using 30 different mixes when you're painting something. So, and then I got a gel D20 stress ball, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So, dude, this feels like amazing when you grip this thing. This is great stuff. Yeah. All right. So that was all my pickups. As far as what I'm currently playing right now, I got nothing. My mom's in town still, so we are actively just going out, watching movies. We didn't watch any newer movies because I think I already talked about Superman on here, didn't I?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, we saw.
What did you think about it? Everybody else that I watched talk about video games has talked about Superman, and I don't watch DC movies unless it's Batman.
I thought it was great. I think you'd like it. It's James Gunn, so he did. It's worth watching. So James Gunn, who did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, which are my favorite Marvel movies, so naturally I knew I was going to enjoy this direction. He adds a little bit of humor in there within it. There's obviously some emotional components and some seriousness.
I've heard that it's very hopeful.
Yeah, it does have that
Superman.
It is a hopeful Superman, but I I enjoyed it, man. I thought the pacing is pretty good. Mr. Terrific is the most amazing sub character in a movie ever.
I keep
Absolutely.
hearing people talk about that.
Yeah, he needs his own movie. Like, just definitely, man. Like, I'm gonna spoil one little thing for you, and it's not
Okay.
not gonna have like context,
It's
but
fine.
like,
I'm here for it.
so basically, there's something big that's happening, and somebody's like, "I can help you," and he's like, "I don't need any help. I'm the goddamn Mr. Terrific," and he pushes him out of the way, and he starts working on the computer. I'm like, that right there just made me laugh every time we watch the film. So, his personality is fantastic. Like, he knows he's smarter than everybody. At some point, he says he's going to do something only because it'll piss off this particular character that's in the movie. So it's funny. Like, he's quirky. There's some humor involved. Um, it's a good action movie. I enjoyed it. I
Mhm.
think it was a good way to reboot the DC universe, and hopefully they can do a similarly good job with Batman um, and other franchises or comic superheroes for DC, and really blow this thing out. I just don't want to see him go down the road of like, we're creating the Justice League again. Like, I'm okay with them having Superman built out and like establish some of the components of Justice League, but maybe not a full-fledged Justice League right away. Like, let's get Batman in there. Let's get, Flash, like their
Don't
own
rush it
movies.
this time.
Yeah, don't it always feels rushed when DC does it. So I'm happy to see that they're taking a little bit of that Marvel approach, and hopefully a Marvel approach of building up that universe and then making it a big deal. So we'll see. But I enjoyed it. I've seen it twice, liked it both times. It was fun to see other things that
Did
I
you
hadn't.
go see it with different people?
Yeah, so actually, since I haven't had a job, I was just like, I'm gonna go see a movie today. So I
Oh,
applied to
that's
some
dope. I've
jobs.
done the
Yeah,
solo movie. The solo movie, people look at you weird when you go do the solo movie, but the solo movie can be a fun experience.
dude, it was great. I mean, I went out there and
Did you go
had
to
a
Alamo and get like a afternoon drink too?
no, dude. I went to Fat Cats, so I had the big ass like refillable bucket of popcorn. So I'm just like chilling out, eating a giant ass thing of popcorn. I went to McDonald's and snuck a couple cheeseburgers in while I was there. So just like cheeseburgers, my water, and some McDonald's. And
I've always so I've always thought this. I've always thought that you could trade places, fries and popcorn. I think you could get popcorn at a drive-through to go with your burger, and I think fries are great in a movie theater.
I don't know if I do that. I don't think I could.
No? You
No,
had burgers and popcorn. You don't think it's the same like crunchy saltiness that you're chasing?
no, not really.
No?
No, because the popcorn is like snacking. Like, you're kind of periodically throughout the movie getting a little bit at a time. Whereas fries, I feel like, you know,
I guess fries don't keep as well over the
no,
course of a whole movie.
no, they don't. So no, I wouldn't do it with that. Now, cheese sticks, those keep.
Oh, dude, now I
Yeah.
want some like chili cheese fries now that you
Yeah. Ooh, that'd
talked.
be good. Yeah. So, well, I don't know. Chili cheese fries in movies wouldn't go very well. To be
Oh no, I'm
very,
not talking about movie. I'm just talking about in me right now.
oh, gotcha. Gotcha. So yeah, I haven't played anything, but saw that movie, liked it. Did play Marvelous via the board game that I got
I
from
was looking
Jim.
at that. I was like, what the hell is that? It
So,
sounds like some mobile game or something about like
so
marbles.
So when I went to Game on Expo, I saw Jim from Crit Hit, and I was there with my son and my wife, and he's like, "Hey, he's like, try this out, give it a shot. Let me know what you think." So I tried it. I don't know if Jim's gonna be listening, but it was pretty fun. So Marvelous is basically, you've got one, like, think of X and Y quadrants, right, or like lines. So you have
A
one
grid.
side, yeah, like a grid in a sense. You got one side that has 5, 4, and 3. So that's that. And then at the top, it has like the color marble. It's blue, red, yellow, and purple for that. And then inside that area, you have 12 cards with numbers on them. Okay. You've got a big section of like literally wooden marbles, and then you have these trays. And like, if you figure like Candy Crush, where you have to match like 4 or 3, whatever it may be, same concept. So you pick up a marble card and you have to throw the marbles into your tray of 5 slots based on the orientation of colors in that card. So if it's like red, blue, yellow, it's like flat red,
I'm
blue,
gonna
yellow.
Google it.
If you flip it, it might be like all in a row, or you can flip the other way. So you can kind of change how you drop those marbles. And the idea is just connecting marbles to get combos, and then picking up cards in those sections where you have points. So the cards that are in the like 3, 4, and 5 section based on the color code, you get points, and you just keep playing until you don't have any more color like marble cards to pick up, and you count up all the points. It was pretty straightforward. It's a little harder to kind of picture, I think, in talking about it.
Yeah,
But
what I'm looking at still, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't quite make
think,
up what you were saying.
yeah, just think Candy Crush. Like it's literally Candy Crush of wooden marbles in front of you. You're just lining up colored marbles to combo
And you just
off.
do it on like a random match card game flip over mechanic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Super simple. Like once we started digging into it, it was super simple. But we enjoyed that, and we
Wow.
played. We played a bit of that, and yeah, I mean, it's
How many marbles do you have now? Just like a million little wooden marbles.
So the dad jokes came last night. Since my mom at one point dropped several marbles, and I go, "Don't you go losing your marbles now?" And she looked at me. She's like, "Oh my god! Like, come on."
I love it.
Yeah, I know. I learned from
Way
the
to go,
best.
son.
But there's like 40 marbles, I think. I don't remember exactly, but there's quite a few.
Okay.
So yeah, so played that. But on to you, sir.
All right. So I got Peak from a friend of mine. It's an indie game. It's pretty fun. You're just like these wacky little, you get like a randomly generated character that's just like a big blobby head, and you've got like a kind of like an outdoor camper attire. But the conceit of the game is that you are in a plane crash, and then you have to climb all the way up through all these different biomes to escape. And it's like a physics game, and you can do it multiplayer. I was gifted this and I was playing with a couple of friends, but like you can carry a few items. You have a backpack that you can put a few things in. You've got a stamina meter, and your stamina meter gets shorter as you get hungry. Like you have just this 1 meter, and it'll gradually build up like a hunger that makes it so your, stamina won't go all the way up to the top because half your bar is hunger now or whatever. And then the same with damage, and the same with weight that you're carrying. So if you're carrying a bunch of heavy stuff in a backpack and you're hurt and you're hungry, you've got very little stamina within which to climb. And there's all kinds of mechanics. Like I didn't get very far. I think we got to like the second biome, but like later on there's like a snowy place where you have to like keep warm, and you've got to like manage like eating and health and try not to fall, because like you've got to kind of like grab on and kind of like climb your way up. You can do a little bit of jumping and stuff, but not much. It's just kind of like the climbing from Breath of the Wild, but a little more goofy and fluid, with a little bit more of like a survival aspect in it. But it's pretty fun. I think I don't know. I bet it's under $10. I don't really know how much it is, but
Yeah, I'd had my eye on that one actually, so it's good to hear it's a pretty decent game.
And we could play together.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I can kick you off the side.
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, awesome.
It's very goofy game. I enjoyed it. And then the new Pocket TCG expansion came out. Wisdom of Sea and Sky expansion. So good. It's gold and silver, baby. We got Ho-Oh and Lugia, and Ho-Oh was in a turmoil this week because it turns out that it was like they copied somebody else's work and traced the Ho-Oh image. So I'm guessing, like, I heard them talking on a pack opening that like the card might be redacted, because they kept saying like, give me the blank. Like we're saying it would be like a blank card. I haven't really gone in to confirm that, and it sounds weird, but I mean, if they're going to replace the art or whatever, but it was on the like immersive Ho-Oh card.
They will probably just redo that art, upload a patch, and fix it that way. I mean, that's just how it is with digital assets. Yeah, I haven't played Pokemon TCG in, well, a very long time. But cool to see that Ho-Oh's in there, and so is Lugia.
Well, and this is a great time to come back, John. All your favorites from Gold and Silver are here.
I deleted the app.
John.
I deleted the app.
You can always get it back. Didn't you only get to your Nintendo account?
True, but I deleted the app. I'm not jumping back on there.
Yeah, I mean, I barely even battle anymore. I mostly just kind of like collect now. But there's some interesting stuff in this set. I might get back into it. I think the last few sets were just like Pokemon I'm not that into. but like
Yeah.
I do want to actually try to make like a cool Ho deck, because he actually has like he makes 3 energy.
If it was, and I've said this before, if it was built like MTG Arena, I would play it, but it's not.
Oh, speaking of, I signed up for a beta. I don't know like if I'm going to get in because it's like a lottery,
Oh,
but
okay.
for, I think it's called Digimon Elysian,
Oh,
which is going to be their like digital version of the card game for mobile.
nice. That'll be cool.
So yeah, I'm excited. That's supposed to have like a really cool mechanic for your energy. Basically, like the energy for casting Digimon is based off of this bar that goes to like up to 10 on a number line for each side and meets at 0 in the middle. And you can play whatever you want for power on a card, but as soon as you cross over this 0 line, you're giving that energy then to your opponent for them to have something to cast with next time. So like you could turn 1 play like an 8 drop, and it would just give your opponent like 8 energy that they could use in addition on their next turn. So they could play like a 7 drop and a 9 drop and bump you up to 8 on your side of the board. And that's how it goes back and forth. I haven't actually been able to ever play it, but it sounds interesting from people I've heard talk about it. And
Well,
I'm in this whole Digimon thing right now.
Yeah, if you get in on the beta, that'd be pretty cool to, hear about
I
it.
will talk about it.
Yeah, well, pending any NDAs you might have to click on and agree
Yeah,
to.
who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. And then I have gotten my freaking Rust Tyrannomon finally. That's, I think, the last fusion one that I needed to get on there. So I think I'm pretty close to having like done 50 Digimon on there. And I don't know how many in total there are, but like there's a good chance I'm going to max this one out before my other one eventually arrives in the mail, because I think I looked it up and it could be like as much as 8 weeks for that to be delivered from Zenin.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then last thing for, I don't know, it's not really a pickup, it's not really a playing. I watched the Until Dawn movie last night.
How was
It
it?
was terrible.
Oh, well, that sucks. I was looking at that. I was interested in watching it last night.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm not like the maddest that it isn't following the story of the game. Like that's kind of okay, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's one of those games you can kind of dictate what happens. So,
well, yeah, but I
got-
mean, it's like it's not even the same characters or setting or anything.
oh,
Like,
okay.
like
Well,
they
that
took
sucks.
the name, they took the doctor, and they took the word Wendigo, and they didn't do anything like what you thought they would do. Oh, and they took the weird mask that the brother was wearing, Tommy Malik or whatever his name is.
Did they tell you when to go?
Robbie Malik, huh?
Did they tell you when to go?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Right away.
Right away.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not huge on horror movies. Like I never liked them in the past. I like a lot of them now, but I find a lot of horror movies are dumb, and that's where I check out, and I'm just not interested anymore. So it was just not remotely what I was wanting. So
I think your wife's home.
no, she's at a concert tonight.
Oh, so the dog just wants to bark.
Yeah, he'll do that.
If it's not him, it's a cat jumping on your computer.
Right, exactly. And so other than that, hey, dude.
Tell him to come in. He can record. He wants to be on it.
Hi. Sorry.
5-star review for mine.
Right.
on.
Anyways, yeah. We started playing Digimon Cyber Sleuth this week a little bit. It's just like a handheld Vita Digimon game in the Digimon Story series. I guess it brought it back after being on hiatus for a while. There's a new game in that series that's going to come out like next year or later this year or something. Can't remember the name of it right now, but I heard that this was supposed to be pretty good. So I'm checking it out. It's like the first Digimon video game I've ever played. And so far, I've only played like, I don't know, maybe an hour of it. There's a lot of cutscenes, a lot of just kind of walking around. Like I've done a couple of battles up to this point. I got my boy Terriermon, who's awesome. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how long it takes me to lose interest in this game or start Metal Gear Solid.
I was about to say Metal Gear Solid needs to be on the list, but you've got 4 months to complete an 8-10 hour game. I've got 4 months to knock out another 20. So we'll see what happens. I might be.
I'll meet you at Thanksgiving, John.
Yeah, I honestly might be getting a punishment this year, but I think a lot of it's because I got family in town.
Man, I've never had to think about a punishment before.
You won't have to.
I didn't.
I'll get it done. It's just I have family in town. I've been doing a lot of job searching and stuff, so it's
you busy boy.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy as of late, so it's just where that is. All right, let's jump into some of these articles. So the first one here is D&D tries to win back to community trust, making Maps VTT free for all. So basically, Maps VTT. Oh, and this comes to us from Wargamer, but Maps VTT is basically the solution that you can populate PDF files, JPEGs, whatever it may be, to upload maps into D&D. You could purchase maps through DnD Beyond, like a whole bunch of stuff. But basically, imagine you got how we play, actually. You get your TV, you upload video through like your laptop, and then you cast, a map on screen with some grids, and people can play on the TV. So that's basically what it is. Or if you're in a virtual setting for everybody, you can just see it on your screen, and you can see the tokens moving around and dictate what's occurring on there as well. So a lot of cool features that come with maps, but based on like the whole OGL issue that we had talked about in the past, they lost a lot of customer trust with that. A lot of people went to Pathfinder. So I don't know if that was any good for them.
Or, just gave them the middle finger and kept playing with what they already bought.
Yeah,
just
that
checked
too.
out.
Yeah, that too. Just kept playing.
That's basically what I did. Like, I haven't bought anything since before that happened, and I'm very, very unlikely to buy anything else.
Yeah, I buy D&D books that look cool, and then I do buy all the 5th edition stuff just so I can have it. Because I do like it.
Because you're a hoarder, John.
That is not true. That is slightly true. No, if I was a hoarder, I'd be like brimming of like Lego and shit all over me.
You wish.
I do,
dude. The new Lego One Piece sets. I want those.
Oh my god, I know. I want to get it, but I'm like, I need to hold on stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, super straightforward. What they've gone ahead and done is opened up for all tiers on D&D Beyond the ability to start using VTT. In the past, it was actually locked behind other tiers, so now it's for everybody. But some of those higher tiers do have other things like custom tokens and other stuff that you can input, whereas like the lower tiers don't. So all this really is the Wizards Coast team trying to win back trust. They screwed up. They're trying to get customer trust and loyalty back by doing this one little freebie. I don't think
interested in this.
Not in the slightest, because whatever we'd be doing here, I can just use regular maps on my TV in person. Like that's how we play. You're on there, but we just throw you onto a webcam and you can see the screen. I know it's not like visually, it's not as great for you, but it is what it is, right? The concept of D&D anyways is like...
Do you use the Brio for that?
The Brio? Sony? Oh, no, I don't. I don't. Not yet. Well, I would, except the Brio is...
Oh, it's got that way too wide a focus, right?
No, it's not the wide a focus piece. It's because I actually have it like sleeved up and like...
Oh, it's too cord managed.
Yeah, I've got too much cord management because I was going to do that. I'm like, oh shit, I can't do that because, kind of wrapped up
like
and stuff.
Unplug on the back?
I don't think so. Well, don't do it now.
It has like a USB-C that plugs into the back of it, dude.
Oh shit. If it does, then I'll do that. Okay. I might do that. I'll give that a shot if it does. I honestly...
You're welcome, future me.
You know what? You're right. I do remember that. I'm pretty sure it is a USB-C. So yeah. Yeah, future Ryan, you're going to enjoy 4K D&D on the screen. And that'll probably make it a lot better because I might be able to focus in on...
The angle is better with that one too because it pivots.
Well, and I'd be able to focus on maybe the full table and everybody else. But long story short, I have zero intention of ever doing D&D Beyond and the VTT stuff.
Yeah, I never really did either. There's just like to me, there's a certain level of technology where it kind of intrudes upon what I want to do in D&D. Like, I think the most fun I've ever had with D&D is with a whiteboard and little magnets and drawing stuff out. Like, that's the most fun I've ever had as a DM. And you've played in like the campaign when I was doing that. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's got this like kind of buy-in and this feel for it, where when I enjoy playing your campaigns too, but it's just like when you've got the minis on the TV and it's just kind of like all these different layers of like, the minis look so good and the TV looks really good, but it's flat, and you'd like, it'd be so cool to see it go all the way in one direction, you know?
So I've got some plans for that now that I've got this 3D printer.
Mhm.
I actually just got some filament recently. So what I'm considering is making like some types of landscape, and having them held aside, in the closet or something in a container. So whenever I do want to have like that 3D element that's
And
tied
they'd
to
work
it, I can
well
do that.
with what you've got. Like if you
Yeah.
just threw down like a bush or a wall here or there,
Yeah. And that's the entire concept, right? Like a couple
you already got a
bushes.
bunch of little barrels.
Yeah. Yeah, barrels, trees, all that stuff. But I think the mountainous terrain is a big one. If I can get like some mountainous terrain kind of built out,
Mhm.
I think that'd be pretty cool. But it depends on the campaign and what the setting
Yeah.
is.
There's
So like
just so much hoarding to be
exactly.
prepared for any situation.
It's way too much space that gets taken up with that. Whereas minis, I've got to condense to like those, you've seen it. It's like the black
Yeah.
little like screw drawers that you would use in a shop, but I just throw the minis in there, and I've got a condensed to that area, like 4 of those,
Mhm.
not even close to filling that up.
Yeah, and
But
trying to
if I
put terrain is gonna take up so much more room.
way too much space, like I've already got a glass case that has like all of my big minis, and even that, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to put anything else in there because it's just too much space. So yeah, terrain is something I definitely don't really want to mess with, but I would ideally like to have a few pieces, maybe like a modular type setup where I've got like, let's just say 8 terrains, but they're like that cup
Dude,
method
just
where I can stick them
get a
in there.
million Legos.
I could do that too. Yeah, that'd be nice. At least I could build that. But either way, that's pretty much it for me on that. So
All right.
let's move on.
So, next up, we've got all the news from Nintendo's July 2025 Direct Showcase. This was a partner direct, and everybody was kind of like, are they actually going to make it? Like, we think there's going to be one in July, and they did make it happen. It was not the best showing, but it's a transitionary period for the Switch, and it's one of those things people are really going to have to get used to at this point, is the cross generation. And they had a whole like tutorial at the beginning of the direct where they were like, at sometimes there's going to be this bar on the side and you might see the Switch 2 logo, but watch out, sometimes it might be the Switch 1 logo, sometimes it might be both. And they're
I
just like
we
telling
need
you, yeah.
we need a South Park narrator to be on like these Switch directs doing like that
Oh,
voice like you
dude,
just
I'll
did.
just, you know what? That's how I'll make $1 million. I'll just take all the directs and just be like, and then Kirby was like, meh, 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 and just post that and everybody will love it.
And then there was Rob Schneider.
Reb Schneider. Yeah. So stuff that they showed in no particular order. Um, let's see. There was actually a good showing at the end to bring it home from Square Enix. They have this new game, Elliot, the Millennium Tales, because all games have to be weirdly named now.
Dude,
But
it's
it's
always
a,
sunny in Philadelphia or whatever it is. Whatever the headline is here.
yeah, the that's the world that this is in. They're like the kingdom of Philadelphia or whatever, and you know they've got to throw all their nonsense verbs and nouns at you in these games. But it's going to be the HD 2D. It looks pretty interesting. It's going to actually have like action combat with different weapons playing very differently. So it's almost, I don't know, kind of reminiscent of more like what is it, like Secret of Mana, where you're running around and you're swinging a sword and like using different weapons and they all kind of act differently.
Yeah.
But you also have like gem enhancement mechanics that you can apply to the different weapons. It looks pretty good. Honestly, I love the HD 2D look for games, and I think Octopath Traveler is the only game that I have in that style. I would love to get like the Dragon Quest ones that are coming out, the remakes of 1 and 2 and 3, and maybe some others at some point, but this one looks like it'll be good. And speaking of Octopath Traveler, we have Octopath Traveler 0, which is going to be another like HD 2D game. I really liked I don't know. The presentation looks good. It's got like some city building kind of stuff going on in it now. It looks pretty epic in scope. I mean, I never really played either of the Octopath Travelers. I just owned the one because it was on sale at some point. But
you got it from
this
me.
looks pretty good. Yeah, I did get it from you.
Sold to you for $10.
That's right. And then familiar stuff. Star Wars Outlaws. That's coming. Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. Another, port of this game. I think it's got some new content in it, but this is a really well-loved game. That'll be a good one. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's more Hyrule Warriors. If you're into those games, it looks pretty good. Apex Legends. Persona 3 Reload. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted.
That's right.
Yeah. Katamari Damacy. This is actually a new one. Once Upon a Katamari. That looks like more fun Katamari stuff. If you've ever played those are good games. And they opened actually with the Monster Hunter Stories 3. Callback, because you just got the first one.
First two.
So, the first two. Yeah. So now you can play the third one sometime, or get it as a gift for a future birthday.
That's true.
Yeah, so I don't know. It wasn't the best direct, and there's going to be so many directs where we're going to get like, all right, here's a couple of okay things, and here's a bunch of shit that already came out on the PS4 and then on the PS5, and here it is again now for a third time on the Switch too.
Yeah, I would
Switch
say
one couldn't play it.
I didn't get to watch it yet, but from what I've seen online, a lot of people are upset with several things. One of them is just wasn't what they were expecting, right? Not exactly the best direct in terms of the games that are being showcased. But also they're pretty pissed off about the key cards with this being,
that's kind of the backlash now.
Yeah, the backlash is key card is such an issue for people. And, a lot of folks are saying, oh, well, speak of your wallet. Don't buy the key cards, right? Like buy the Switch version. Yeah. And to your point, we were talking about earlier, it's not going to work because Nintendo will see, well, people aren't purchasing the key cards or buying more digital.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we talked about with that survey. I think that was just last week, right?
A couple weeks ago.
Did that survey, and they were asking about, do you think that the key cards are a good thing, or just all these really slanted questions that are just, very much reading towards, hey, do you want to buy all digital, or are you willing to give us money for these little boxes still?
Yeah.
And
some
if you're not willing to give them, if you're not willing to give them money for the little boxes anymore, then screw it. They're just going to go all digital, and that'll just be the end of it, except for third-party publishers that are doing their own things like limited release and, smaller projects, independents, good people.
Yeah, exactly. And
companies like, CD Projekt Red, they're like the only third party that's released a full game on, a bigger cartridge and paid that money, I think is the case. Still, I don't know, but
they'll be, rewarded for it.
Maybe
they'll be rewarded for it though. People will recognize that and they'll buy the game. So yeah, all good stuff. Well, let's dive.
It would have been better. They actually had announced Mario Paint a few days earlier. Probably the whole reason that they had done the mouse for the Switch 2 was somebody was messing around with it. But yeah, like I don't know why they didn't hold that back and put that in the direct. Like I bet that would have bumped like 5%. People would have liked the direct 5% more if they had kept that for the direct.
I don't know, man. It's Mario Paint. So we've already got, the basketball game that
you can't really play it anywhere else.
I don't know.
Mario Paint?
I would argue you probably could. There's probably methods to do it, um, but yeah, I can see that, but like, I don't think anybody's banging down the doors to get Mario Paint.
No, but it would have been some good positive sentimentality. I mean, I guess it was all third-party partners, which is why they didn't have it. So I'll just shut up now. Let's move on, John.
Well, I was gonna say they're probably gonna release a collection of the God, I'm like spacing right now, the headset version of Nintendo, um, the 3D stuff, all
Oh,
red.
what is it? The something boy, Super Boy?
No,
I don't remember.
Nintendo console. Somebody's already answered the question. Through history. All right, here it is. It's a very small picture.
Virtual Boy.
Virtual Boy. There we go. Yeah, pulled up.
We're good at our jobs.
The Virtual Boy collection is gonna come out one day with like a Labo headset and pain medication that they'll give you, or motion sickness meds. Yeah. Okay. Inflation Deflation Super Adventure Island, developed by Produce, which is very ironic since you are pretty much getting produce every time for points. Published by Hudson Soft, directed by Keon. Released in April 1992. It's a platformer. 4 to 7 out of 10 is the average reception. And tell us what it's about, Ryan.
So, Master Higgins and his girlfriend are enjoying a view when Tina is transformed to stone by the evil Dark Cloak. Higgins vows to fight his way across Adventure Island to defeat Dark Cloak and save the day. I don't know. I've got some affinity for this game. I played it a bit at like a friend's house when I was a kid. It was never a game that I owned. Maybe I rented it at some point too, but I like this game. It made me think of summer a little bit of a tropical setting. And I love that the guy's name is Master Higgins.
Master Higgins. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any like nostalgia for it.
You never played these, huh?
No, I never did, and I'm kind of happy I didn't actually. So
no, you didn't like it?
No, I wasn't a big fan. I thought that the game itself, like the music was cool, and graphically it looks pretty good as well. From what I know, this was released between Adventure Island 2 and Adventure Island 3, which I believe are both on the SN or on the NES, if I recall. But yeah, I mean, it's got good visuals, it's got some good music, better sounds. Like it's a crisp looking game, but it is clunky, dude. Like it is definitely clunky. Trying to, make certain jumps, having to hit certain enemies, like that first boss battle you come across, like that's a bit of a pain in the ass. If you don't time that jump perfectly right, you're getting burned. And then
it's not an easy game.
Yeah, and then the amount of lives you get before it continue is just like, what the heck's going on here? Like, like just getting wrecked. But I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't my favorite platformer. And I think a lot of that is just because it didn't feel like a smooth game to me. It really did feel like I was having to force buttons to do what I wanted to have happen.
It's a game with a lot of character, but not a lot of precision.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. And they throw you right in the thick of it. There's like no story.
Yeah, you get just kind of that like little thing at the beginning. And I mean, a lot of games at the time were maybe a little bit more like that, especially like platformers. Like you're there to jump and collect and bonk things, and we all know what's going on.
I guess if you kind of figure like a Donkey Kong game, you didn't get a whole lot of lead in as to what the heck was happening. Yeah, collecting bananas. Oh, actually, good point. We should do more Donkey Kong, even though we did the one. Yeah, I mean, like I said, not my favorite game here, but for a platformer, and we'll get into the cost here in a little bit, I think the cost kind of makes up for it a little in accessibility of the game itself, given that it's not on NSO. So, anything else you want to add on your experience?
I mean, not really. I guess there's only so much you can really say about platformers. They're pretty straightforward, and I felt like I had more to say last week about Donkey Kong, just because it's not something that I had ever really played much of that one before, and I'm always so impressed by the regular Game Boy. This is a fine, serviceable game. I think that it's definitely one that you should get for your collection and is worth at least playing. If it were the time when this was out, this is like the game I would be like, go rent that and have fun with it for a weekend.
Yeah, and just to kind of go back to Donkey Kong a bit, right? Like Donkey Kong and the Mario games are the top tier on this console, right? So when you think about like even Country 2 or Country 3, having Dixie be able to float across the screen, or some of the moves and team ups that you can do with those characters to get the little like certain areas, like this very
He's got a
much
skateboard. Master Higgins can ride.
he can, but this pretty much felt like an NES game thrown
Yeah.
on the SNES is what it was. I mean, it was
Yeah,
held
it didn't
back
really
a bit
make
by
that
that.
leap forward.
Yeah, in terms of the type of gameplay that you're experiencing. If we played this on the NES, I'd probably have a little more forgiveness on it, just because of the console that it's on, and saying like, okay, yeah, I
Maybe
got
we
help.
should.
Maybe we should, but it got held back a bit based on when it was released. Whereas on the Super Nintendo, it definitely, in my mind, stands out as a lower tiered platformer. But
Mhm.
I digress. Into our pricing here. So complete in box is going to be running you $82.04. That peaked at $114.66 in July of 2014. You don't have the trending price on here, but
Oh,
I'm going to say it's trending
that
steady.
one was trending. That one I think was trending up, and the other one was trending down. I'll look it up.
All right, there you go. We'll just go with it. Loose price right now running you $16.73. That peaked at $24.99 in October of 2021. Brian's looking up the trending, but we're going to assume it's trending down. And then it's not on digital console. It's not on NSO. So, when you look at that $16 price tag, I would say it might be inflated a little bit, in my opinion.
Complete in box is going up, loose is going down.
Yeah, so I think it's a little inflated, and the price going down is probably an indication of that. I mean, it's a little far off that peak compared to some games that we look at that are still kind of close. So I think $15 is about the most I would spend on this game. But if you found a nice pristine copy for $16.73, which is kind of specific, but if you found a complete, or not a complete, but a nice clean cart only in that condition, it might be worth it. But I'm kind of going to hold it $15 here.
Yeah, it's good at $15. So we could say just a little bit inflated.
A little bit inflated. And there'll be people out there arguing, hey, it's under $20. Like, that's a good deal. Not all the time. And we shouldn't be thinking in that mindset, right? Because all it is increasing the price of games that aren't really that great sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, that's all I got, man.
It was quick.
It was. No, we're 42 minutes. That's not too far off from our normal, but we're still in summer. Summery games coming up.
Some are better than others.
Jeez. We'll think of something. We'll come back to y'all later next week with that new game. But until then, this has been episode 353 of the Game Deflators Podcast. My name is John.
I'm Ryan.
And thanks for listening and watching.